You know, today we're here to cut the ribbon on the Spring Street Municipal Parking Deck. But before I get into my remarks, I would like to ask you all a question today. Don't you just love this city? Me too. Me too. Welcome, and I would like to thank a whole bunch of people today. They can't even stop me today. First of all, I want to thank the Dickson Street business owners. Thank you all. I want to thank the City Council of the past. I see Adela Gray here, Sarah Marsh, Mark Kenyon here today. I thought he was supposed to be here, but the councils of the past and the council of the future and the council that we have now for making this happen. I want to thank Steve Clark and the Chamber of Commerce today. I want to thank the University of Arkansas. I want to thank the Walton Arts Center Director Peter Lane and the Walton Arts Center for their partnership. I see here today the architect, where's she at? Mr. Shell from Baldwin and Shell for building this project, making it happen. I want to thank the contractors from Garver engineering firm, Baldwin and Shell, Morris Vines, the project superintendent, kept the crews working and going from Baldwin and Shell. And I will tell you today, I can't say enough about my city staff. I want to thank Chris Brown for his engineering skills on this, and I want to thank the Development Services Director and Project Manager Jeremy Pate today for their great work. Today is a tremendous example of why we do the things we do today in this city, to have the things that other cities won't have tomorrow. It's an accomplishment of this great citizenry that we have in this city, that we do projects like this, because we believe in a partnership-based government that says that everybody is a partner of this city and we move it forward together. And I want to thank you all for that. Now I'm going to ask a few people to make some remarks today, and then I'm going to close it up. First, I would like to introduce some great partners that I'd like to have them say a few words today. The Downtown Dickson Street Merchants President, Joe Fennell. Joe, would you come up and say a few words?
Well, it was 11 months ago, I think we stood here and tossed some dirt, so it's amazing what can happen in 11 months when the citizens and everyone in Fayetteville that loves our city gets together for all the right reasons and makes things happen. So thank you to everyone. I echo Lionel's comments. I wasn't going to say anything today, but I think it's important that if I say one thing besides thank you to everybody, that to remind everyone that this beautiful structure behind us was not built to replace parking. It was built to enhance parking. All right? Just because we build this, we don't go take parking and turn it into something else. I've been here 30 years. We don't have enough parking on Dickson Street. Okay? So I know there's friends of mine that want to develop everything in town, and they are friends of mine. And I want them to develop the things that make our city great. But the Dickson Street merchants feel very, very strongly about the inadequacy of parking in our district. And I've had a front row seat for 30 years. I've seen what paid parking does, all the good things, and I've seen all the negative things. It is what it is. You cannot grow a community with free parking. If you could, the first thing developers want to do in any project is cut parking, right? It's expensive. Everybody wants it. Nobody wants to pay for it. So thank you all. Thank you to the citizens of Fayetteville City Council. Thank you for building parking. Long needed. Took us 25 years and 11 months to get there. All right? The 25 years were easy. The 11 months were a lot of hard work for a lot of people. And thank you all. Don't forget, it wasn't built to replace. It was built to enhance. Have a great day.
The next individual I'd like to bring up today has been a great partner for the city. And I'm going to ask Peter Lane from the Walton Arts Center to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And thank you, Joe. I think those comments were right on, and what a great day. I'm not going to steal any of the mayor's lines, but this is a very special day for the Walton Arts Center. I do recall a meeting I had 6 years ago with the mayor, and his first question to me was, what can I do to help? I think the second or first word out of my mouth was, help us with parking. And I know there's been a long history of getting things done in Fayetteville, and it took a while, but I do think it was an incredible partnership with the city, the university, and the public that allowed this parking deck to happen. So I'm very excited. And you know, when you think of Dickson Street as the premier entertainment district in Northwest Arkansas, it's amazing that you have the kind of support that we do from the city. It's something that is absolutely needed to work and play in this community. Our goal has always been to bring more people to Dickson Street, to enjoy more arts and more programs. And as you know, the Dickson Street is the center of that. It's a thriving district. There are not a lot of empty storefronts. It is a busy, packed area, and it's thriving. And it will now continue to thrive in what I would call the next transformation, because we have the infrastructure, parking, to allow us to grow. Today is also the kickoff for the Walton Arts Center's first completed phase of construction. Besides this great parking deck, our new administrative offices opened at 4 a.m. this morning. We've been unpacking boxes furiously, and we're not quite there yet, but this is a really historic moment for the Walton Arts Center. And below the administrative building is our brand new production offices, so that when we kick off our season at the beginning of November, we'll have places that will accommodate many of the needs that were in short change for our artists, our touring productions. And it's very, very exciting. That's in fact why I'm wearing this hat. It is our hard hat season. And as you know, on the other side of this building, our $23 million renovation of the Walton Arts Center is in the middle of its process, and it will not be completed till December of 2016, but we see the finish line. We've got a great line on how to make this funding work and also get the construction and have a great season while in construction. So while we celebrate the first phase today, we are really looking forward to the future of what will be the new entertainment district and the next transformation. So on behalf of the entire Walton Arts Center, thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your leadership on this. Thank you, City Council and the citizens. It's a great day all of us. Thank you so much.
And now I want to bring someone up that has been a great partner and to this city as well. And he was in on the first meeting we had with the downtown Dickson Street merchants and the businesses, which I'll get into that story a little bit later. But I'd like to bring up a great friend, a great partner to the city, our Chamber of Commerce president, Mr. Steve Clark.
All that I can add to this is to say thanks from the business community to the mayor, to the city council, to the Walton Arts Center board, to the Dickson Street merchants. Thank you for investing in a quality of life asset. That's what this is. It's not a parking deck. It's a quality of life asset. And to create a quality of life asset, you have to take into account a lot of important issues to a city full of 80,000 plus citizens. So not only must you have the practical impact of enhancing parking, you must have the impact of changing and being able to enhance the Walton Arts Center. You must have the impact of creating something that is a part of the fabric of what this city is about, the sense of place. So you create not just a structure that parks automobiles, you create an asset, a quality of life asset, and that's what's been done here today. And the business community thanks you, because that's what attracts people to come and live and play and work and invest in Fayetteville. So Mr. Mayor, for not faltering, not slowing down, not giving up, not being deterred by a lot of Facebook posts, to the members of the city council for not giving up when people stood before you for hours, sometimes telling you why you were making a horrible mistake. And for the folks who said, you know what, we can do this, but we should do it in the most dramatic way that's the most beneficial to who and what we are as Fayetteville. And that includes leaders of our city council and others. You've made this a really great, used to say red letter day, but a purple day in Fayetteville, and we're really proud. Thank you so very much.
So as I close up today and we beat the rain, there's so much I could say about this, but I remember when I first came into this office, I remember meeting with Peter Lane in my office, and I said, what's the number one thing that you need at the Walton Arts Center? And he said, parking. So we started to work on that. In 2009, we decided to make the large parking lot paid parking. Then I had the downtown Dickson Street business owners call me, and they said, we'd like to meet with you. And Mr. Clark and I went down and met with them in the back of Jose's, as I remember correctly. And there was about 35 businesses represented there today, and they said, what do we get out of this paid parking? And I said, what do you need? They said, we need a parking deck. And that day, I said, Joe said, we've been promised this through 2 other mayors that promised us this. Do you have the political will to get it done? I said, yes, I do. And I told Joe, I said, I give you my word that we will build this deck. And I can assure you there were many times that I would have liked to have said, I'm all through with this. But I'd given my word. And I gave him a promise. And today, we fulfill that promise. Today, we have created something that's going to last from generation to generation, and I certainly want to say that we built this not to replace parking, and I agree with what Joe said, but to give us more parking. Now we have dealt with a lot of the problems we faced and not having enough downtown parking with this facility. And that's been because of the work of all of you and all of us together being great partners in a great city at a great time. And I'm going to ask you one more time. Don't you just love this city? Let's cut the ribbon.
Jeremy, you get right here. There you go. All right.
Money in that phone.
We had a great engineering crew, Garver Engineering and Baldwin Shell, put this thing together and kept it on budget and on time, and had a great city council, and most importantly, we've had great citizens that supported this deck. And this is a great accomplishment for this city, not only now, but in the future for all of us.